Hello, my name is Glenn Akramoff with Akramoff Consulting. I'm going to talk today a little bit about building winning teams by aligning purpose. I've spent the last 25 years of my career building winning teams in various organizations, mostly in local government. We at Akramoff believe that winning teams create winning organizations, and we do everything we can to move that forward. There are 9 main factors in building winning teams. The first is aligning purpose, we'll talk about today. And what do I mean by that? Well, aligning purpose is about aligning the organization's purpose with individuals' personal purpose. Many of your employees and many of the teammates that you have in any organization have determined what their individual and personal purpose is. Many have not. So the ones that have are the easy ones. You just need to identify it, help them refine it, and then begin to talk to them about how it aligns with the organizational's purpose. The ones who don't have their purpose yet, that's the leader's job. I believe that the leader is responsible to help them identify what that purpose is, not choose it. It is their personal choice as to what gets them motivated. And it's a very personal choice. So it's very important that that process take place. It can take a short period of time for some and a long period of time for others. And setting up an environment where that can happen is very important to building a winning team. Once that's determined, I think you also need to make sure that aligning the purpose of the organization is something that everyone participates in at different times, and then it's updated regularly, that you revisit it annually at the very least, so that everyone can to buy in and attach their own personal purpose to it. When you align a personal purpose with an organization's purpose, you get everyone moving in the same direction and have a lot of meaning to what the organization is doing. And ultimately, that's what motivates all of us as human beings, is doing something meaningful. Building winning teams by creating an inspiring vision. One of the things that I've found in 25 years in the workplace is that people love to have an inspired vision, to be inspired. At Akramoff.com, we are inspired to help others find their vision. One of the things that I have been asked many times in my career is, what does the vision statement of our organization really mean? And many people are not inspired by a 1-paragraph long bunch of words put together that someone else did. And it doesn't create inspiration for them to actually do their jobs, because it has very little meaning to what they're actually doing. So the leader's job of any team is to create a vision, not a vision statement, but a vision of what the team is about. As an example, sports teams have the advantage because they are looking for a championship and a winning season, and they have all the measurements and all of the things out there. But in a normal, everyday workplace where we're serving customers directly, the meaning can get lost really quick about, why am I inspired to provide great service to the customer? Why should I do my job really well, even when maybe some others around me aren't? And that is where an inspiring vision comes in. It has to inspire everyone, including you as the leader. It's very important that that's a part of it. People need to know what it is. They need to be able to voice it when asked by someone else or by each other. And they need to see how their tasks, the things that they do every day, fit into that inspiring vision. One of the key factors in doing this is constantly reminding them in every conversation. Never let a conversation end without mentioning and talking about the vision that you've created. Ultimately, the measurement of an inspiring vision is that if everyone else takes it on, the entire team takes it on, and it stops becoming the leader's vision or the organization's vision, and people start saying that it's my vision. This is my vision of how I do my job so I can create a great workplace and provide great service to our customers. And that's the ultimate measurement of creating an inspiring vision. building a winning team by defining what winning is. As a young leader, I was once asked by one of my first team members, you talk about winning teams, but how do I know if I win? It is so important for every team member to understand what winning means for them. We have to keep score, and we talk about that a little bit later, but how do you define what winning means for everybody? Everyone needs to have a role, and that role needs to be incredibly important to the success of the team. As a leader, you know that, but you have to share that with the team. You'll have to come up with a way to measure what winning means for the entire team. I use sports analogies a lot, and I'm using that measurement at times to start, especially if you have a lot of sports fans in your team. The first question that I ask often when I start with a new team is, what was your record last year? And I like to use football because they don't play as many games. So if you play 16 games as an NFL team, what would your record be? And a lot of times you come in at, hey, we just missed the playoffs, or we're just a little under winning. And that helps you kind of set the tone as to what you're trying to do. And then you need to come up with 3 or 4 key things that define winning as a team. What is the number one thing that we're doing to fulfill our purpose and to be a successful team? As an example, I have in my career, I've led a number of maintenance divisions. And for us, one of the things that was always important was clearing snow from the roadway in the wintertime. It didn't happen often. A lot of that was in the Northwest, around Seattle area, and we get snow very sporadically. But when we get it, it shuts everything down. So that was one of our measurements. We knew if we were successful, if we got snow or harsh weather and we were able to keep everything moving, that was a success for us. So we counted that as a big win. And so finding 3 or 4 or even 8 or 10 things that if you accomplish those things, then it's a win. It's important that they're not just goals, though, that they're not just annual goals in that they come and they go, but that they stay around, that those key things defining winning are very important over a long period of time. Because sometimes you're going to lose. You're not going to be as good as you want to be, and the team is not going to succeed, even in places where it normally does. And that is okay, but it counts as a loss, and you figure out why and you move on. Defining what those things are super important for the team to ultimately come to be a winning team. And I'm Glenn Akramoff, and thank you very much for watching. You can find us at Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and at akramoff.com. Hopefully this helps. We'll be back soon with some more on winning teams.